I believe it was Charlie Munger that actually said, all I want to know is where I'm going to die, so I'll never go there. Now guys, that obviously sounds very obvious, but a lot of people don't think about this concept in terms of business. Now in this particular video, I'm actually going to show you exactly why your social media marketing agency is going to fail in 2023 if you do not adhere and if you do not listen to my warnings right here, right now. So in today's video, that's what I'm going to be breaking down. All I ask for in return is drop a like, comment, subscribe. If you see me looking over here, guys, it's just because I have a few notes I want to break down. Now guys, I created a video not so long ago explaining exactly why I'm quitting SMMA and all that crazy stuff. If you haven't seen that, I'll leave the link in the description, or you can just go on my channel and take a look at that if I forget to do that. But what I'm going to be doing, guys, is breaking down exactly not only why I made the change and what you can actually do about it, as well as explain to you why most agencies are going to fail in 2023. So let's just jump straight into this, guys. Number one thing I've noticed with agencies right now, and it's just this, I don't know what it is, guys, but it just seems to be plaguing the entire SMMA industry, is number one is that all agencies are just doing the exact same thing, and the exact same thing is just offering Facebook ads or some sort of social media management, right, to a particular niche, like an industry. And the reason for that, guys, like I said, I actually hate the acronym SMMA because it gets you guys to think too one-dimensionally. I keep mentioning this on my channel, and I kept mentioning it in my previous videos. And what I mean by that is, you guys think that to become, you know, successful in SMMA, or to even just start some sort of online business in the SMMA space, you have to be just doing email marketing, Facebook ads, TikTok ads, Instagram ads, one of those for it, one of those, SEO, Google ads, one of those, or social media management to a particular industry vertical, aka gym businesses, real estate businesses, restaurants, e-commerce businesses, info products businesses. And you don't have to be, guys. You can actually switch it up and start thinking two-dimensionally, such as offering an outreach kind of like agency to other agencies. So it's actually funny, you know, like when they say, you know, the cliche saying, in a gold rush, don't sell gold, sell the shovel. You can start selling the shovel now, guys. AKA, you right now can actually put together a team of like 10 different people, all appointment setters, train them up, and actually then offer that as a service to other agencies. Go into Facebook group and start reaching out to other agency owners and offer an appointment setting. That's a very basic one right there, and that's probably one of the ones that's kind of I won't say getting oversaturated, but I just thought I'd put that out there for you guys. So the first thing I'm seeing is that the agencies are just doing the same thing over and over again, and that is Facebook ads to a set niche. And if you're going to do that, right, don't get me wrong, that still can work. I'm not trying to say it can't work. AKA, Facebook ads is needed for agency, for other businesses, excuse me. Facebook ads itself is actually needed for other agencies as well. So there's another little golden nugget for you. And yes, if you're going to do this, it can still work. AKA, you can still run Facebook ads for gym businesses. You can still run Facebook ads for real estate businesses. You can still run Facebook ads for any sort of business that you know, that actually genuinely has an audience on Facebook, which is primarily most businesses, unless it's a prohibited sort of business. Obviously, you can go into and look into Facebook terms and conditions when it comes to advertising to figure that stuff out. Now, if you are going to offer, right, a service that's kind of not oversaturated but getting much more saturated, like Facebook ads for e-commerce brands, you need to find a way to stand out from the crowd. Because think about it. Imagine if you're, and I mentioned this in one of my other videos, imagine if you are a taxi in New York, a yellow taxi driver, and somebody jumps into your taxi. And by the way, New York has thousands on top of thousands of yellow taxis. I'm pretty sure now they're getting replaced by Uber slowly but surely. But everybody knows that New York is kind of like got its iconic yellow taxis. Imagine back in the day when yellow taxis were, you know, super thriving and whatnot, and you jump into a yellow taxi and you ask the yellow taxi man, like, what's the difference between your yellow taxi and everybody else's yellow taxi? If I was to ask you right now, what's the difference between your Facebook ads agency that offers Facebook ads to e-commerce brands or to real estate agents or whatever you're doing right now to all the other agencies, what would you say? Don't say that it's because you offer a guarantee, or don't say because you focus primarily on client results, because that's the exact same thing everybody else says. Believe me, I've been on calls with so many agency owners that itself is becoming cliche. Now, a way you can actually stand out real quick, guys, is actually branding yourself. Think about it. Just give me a second. Think about it. Look at water bottle sales companies, as in companies that sell water in bottled water. I'm talking about literal bottled water, like Fiji, whatever bottled water companies you guys are drinking from or whatnot. Think about it. They're all doing the exact same thing, selling 500 milliliters of water to you at a set price in a shop. What's the difference between those waters? Unless you're some sort of water connoisseur, you're not really going to taste the difference. I mean, some waters slightly do taste a little bit better than others. I can admit that, to be honest with you, but it's not enough to the point where it's like I'm only going to start drinking Nestle's water from here on now over Fiji's water or this water over this water because it tastes slightly better. I've never been that picky with my water. Water is just water for me. Why is it that some people prefer or buy brands like Volvic water over this particular water? And the reason for that is because they have a brand behind them. So here's what I'm trying to say here, guys. Imagine your agency is like a bottled water company. Instead of just going out there and just trying to do a whole bunch of outreach, why don't you build a brand and get clients to come to you? Because you've now built a brand. Think about it. When was the last time you bought something more than $500? For example, this camera that I'm speaking to you at right now, or this MacBook I'm actually recording, you know, and gonna edit this particular video on this microphone that I'm actually using right now. The reason why I actually bought these is not because they sent me a DM and said, hey Montel, I'm offering cameras, I've got a great camera service, come and buy my camera. I actually bought this camera because I knew that Canon was a leader in the marketplace. And I started Googling, you know, what's the top, this is literally how it works. I started Googling, what are the top cameras for YouTube? Came across videos on actual YouTube breaking down what the best cameras are. Now, the funny thing is, when you guys are searching online, like how to start SMMA, what's happening is people who have channels are ranking. And it's the same thing. You're looking at people's brands and you're buying into their brand. For example, Iman Gadji's got a brand. I've now got a little bit of a brand going on, you know, 18,000 followers and counting, right? 18,000 subscribers and counting. There's so many different brands out there, guys. It's the same concept. So when people are, you know, Googling, e-commerce business owners are Googling, how can I, you know, increase my sales this quarter, or how can I run better Facebook ads? I want you guys to be creating brands around your services so that when people go to YouTube and start typing these things in, because this does genuinely happen. Even me right now, I'm looking into, you know, what are the next best cameras to buy? What's the next best microphone to come across? And I've come across the Shure M7B something, whatever it is, the cliche podcast mic that you guys see, and I will be getting one of those. And the reason why I'm getting one of those is because I've seen that they've built a brand. They've become a household name. It's the branding behind it. So most people are doing this. They're trying to offer Facebook ads to e-commerce brands, right? I know that's the cliche one, I mention it all the time, but just insert your niche here. Facebook ads for, you know, real estate, dentistry, whatever it is, they all still work. They all still work. But what I'm trying to say here is, why don't you start focusing on building a brand? Because now it's like the market's almost like bottled water companies. Like you're all just doing the same thing. You all just look like each other. You all taste the same. Is what I'm trying to say. You're not really differentiating yourself. The only way you can differentiate yourself now, because think about it, everyone's got a guarantee. Pretty much the same guarantee as well. If we don't get you X results, we'll give you a refund, or we work for free. Pretty much the same thing. Plus, you're pretty much we've tried so many different scripts now that even our scripts are starting to become very similar. So what can actually differentiate you at this point in time? Having a brand. Hopefully, you're starting to see how powerful this is, guys. Again, water company, do the same thing. 500 milliliter bottles of water, very similarly priced. Very similarly priced. Not only are they similarly priced, right? But there's actual water brands out there that can charge triple, quadruple, 5x more. For example, like Fiji water or Voss water, for example, like very high-end water. The reason why they're able to charge more for their water is not because their water is actually genuinely that much better. I mean, it might be slightly better, but not 5x better or cleaner. It's because they have a brand behind their water. They've known as a prestige thing. And I need you guys to start thinking this way as well. You can sell an oversaturated service in an oversaturated market if you actually have a brand and you become a household brand. Look at how many just smartphones in general that are on the marketplace. There's Android, you know, phones which constitute with like, you know, Samsung phones, friggin' Motorola's. I don't even know if Motorola's still around, but you guys get what I mean. There's so many freaking smart mobile phones out there, yet Apple is able to take most of the market share at this moment in time. If I'm wrong about that, correct me in the comments below, but I'm pretty sure Apple is pretty much running things with the iPhone. Since it's been launched, they've took a huge significant chunk of the marketplace. And the funny thing is, iPhones don't really even have as much features as a Samsung phone would have. Like, Apple is notoriously known for having less features, or features that come out like 5 years later. Like, for example, like Face ID. Android's had Face ID like 5-7 years, maybe even 10 years before Apple did. But when Apple did it, they did it in a very cool way and a very marketed, hyped up way. They took a very simple concept that Android's already had, like Samsung phones already had for ages, but they put it in a nice packaged up, marketed way. I need you guys to start thinking like this. Look how many iPhones you could choose from. Yet the majority of you watching this probably have an iPhone. The reason for that is because you bought into the Apple brand and the Apple ecosystem. So take that same concept in your own agency and start building a brand. Now, the way you would build a brand, obviously, guys, is you would jump on YouTube. One of the best ways you can actually do this is YouTube. The reason for this is because it has its own inbuilt SEO search feature. AKA, if I Google right now how to run ads for e-commerce brands, I can come across, you know, a whole bunch of videos of people just talking about Facebook ads for e-commerce. And if you know, I'm actually got enough content on there, breaking down enough things on there, I look like an expert, I know what I'm talking about, which isn't actually as hard as you actually genuinely think it is. Then what's going to happen is people are going to start clicking on my videos, I'm going to start ranking, and over time, I'm going to start building a brand. Now, this is a long-term strategy that builds on itself. And the more videos you drop, the better you become. The better you become, the better your videos are. The better your videos are, the more subscribers you're gonna get. The more subscribers you get, the more it internal starts growing even more. It lasts so long. For example, this video right here might be being watched by somebody in 2024. If you're watching this in 2024, put in the comments below. That's absolutely insane if you're watching this in 2024. And we're not even in 2023 yet. You know what I'm trying to say, guys? Like, this will grow over time. It stays on the internet. Now, the second point is no personal brand equals no differentiation at all. Think about it. Who would you rather trust? If you was an e-commerce brand owner, right, and you're genuinely looking for somebody to help you scale your e-commerce brand to, I don't know, 6 figures a month, for example, and you've got 2 candidates that have reached out to you. One dude has just sent you 5 emails, like literal just pixels on a screen, literal pixels, literal HTML code on a screen, aka an email with just some text in it. They've sent you that, or somebody who's literally you've also seen on YouTube, and then they've hit you up because they're not only are they on job in terms of building their personal brand, but they're also doing outreach as well. So now they've got a front end attack and a back end attack, aka their front end is that they still do outreach. But when you go to click on who they are and take a look into them, they've got a YouTube channel talking all about Facebook ads this, Facebook ads that for e-commerce brands. And you can see what they're doing. They're breaking down, they're making so much sense. They've got TikToks going off and like the actual social media is popping themselves. Which one are you going to trust? Some dude that you don't even know. It's got no, it's just got a company logo on his email, like G Suite. When you actually, receive the email, you've got a little company logo, or somebody who's got their face on the brand and actually has a brand, and you can actually see that they're like a personality figure online, and they're talking about exactly what they said in the email, how they're actually scaling brands to 100K a month. Who are you realistically going to trust with your money? Obviously, it's the second guy. If you said the first guy, I don't know what's wrong with you. In fact, if you said the first guy, when was the last time you actually bought something from a cold email? Exactly. Most of the time when you guys are actually buying something, it's because you've gone onto YouTube and you've been watching somebody for ages over and over and over and over again, and now you've actually gone down their funnel and actually purchased what they're doing, or purchase what they're offering. Now, point number 3, no personal brand equals pretty much 5 touch points. Here's what I mean by that, guys. It's actually so funny. Most people, right, think they can just go and buy an email, warm it up after 14 days, and just start sending, 5 emails in a sequence to a business and then close them as a client. AKA, most people do this. They start an agency, they learn about cold outreach and whatnot, and then they start going to, cold emails. They start reaching out via cold emails to e-commerce brands, and they set up like a 5 email sequence. The first email is like an introduction email, second email is like a bump email, the third email is like a case study email, the fourth email is another case study, and the 5th email is like what you call a breakup email. And these are all sent automatically using a software like Lemlist, for example. So it's like a sequence of emails you can send to people who are cold prospects. These are cold prospects. So people think that they can just send 5 HTML pieces of text to a business owner, get them on a call and close them for $3,000 per month, $2,000 per month. I mean, it can happen, but it's very shoddy, very in between these days, and so many people are trying that you've got no differentiation and you've only got 5 touch points. Whereas with a personal brand, if somebody's subscribed to your YouTube channel, they may be watching you for months on end, building up hundreds of touch points. They may watch 10 YouTube videos. They may then follow you on Instagram and see 20 of your posts. They then, because they're following you on Instagram, they may see your daily stories. And if you've got daily stories going off about how you're scaling e-commerce brands or just tips for e-commerce brands, and you do got little daily shorts going out, that might be another 50 touch points. That's already like 80, 90, maybe even 100 touch points. And then if they opt into one of your video sales letters, like a case study funnel, then you've got them in the back end in terms of cold. You can actually send them not cold emails, but actual newsletters this time, where whenever you do something crazy or you come up with a new tip, you'll send them emails in the back end. I'm telling you, that is a much better strategy, guys. Much better strategy. Now, personal branding is just attention. And attention is income these days. The most important thing you can invest in right now, in fact, I'm actually making a video on this, probably coming and dropping onto this very channel. The most important thing you can actually be learning, not only learning, but investing in, is being able to garner attention and turn that attention into income. That is the most important skill you need to learn in 2023. If you're just trying to send cold outreach to people, it can still work, but it's just 10 times easier when you've got your face on camera talk to people. Now, I don't care if you're scared or you don't like your voice. To this day, I still don't like my voice on YouTube video. To this day, I still don't feel comfortable on camera. I've been doing YouTube since January 2018, I believe it was. And still to this day, I don't feel comfortable. I don't want to be on camera. There's times where I don't want to create content, but I know for a fact that that's going to help me and build me up in ways that I can't even imagine at this point. Because attention is income. And that's what a personal brand is. You don't need to be Insta famous. You don't need to be YouTube famous. You don't need to be internet famous at all. You just need to build up a small niche, just a name for yourself in a niche. That's all you really need. Just to build up your name in a niche. You can do this on LinkedIn. You can do this on Facebook. You can do this on YouTube. That's primarily the best place to actually, that's like the mothership, by the way, that feeds all the other places. Unless you've got like a more direct approach where you're dropping content on LinkedIn, for example, and you're adding members to your LinkedIn page so you can actually directly target who's looking at your content. That's a really good little tip right there for you guys. Now, I want to just show you a better way of starting and running an agency, guys. This is a better way. I'm actually going to give it to you in steps. Here's a better way. Number one, start creating content to build a personal brand. That personal brand is then eventually over time going to start getting traction. It's going to grow an audience. You can do this organically. You can do this through shorts. By the way, I do recommend using shorts to literally YouTube shorts, TikTok videos, Instagram reels, because those are very popular right now, to feed into your long form content. So what you're going to do is attention grab first with short form content. That's like attention grab. People might watch a few of those and just not think anything of it, but then eventually what they're going to do is start hearing more and more of your points, and they'll be like, hey, has this guy got like any like longer form content? It's actually interesting. Then they're going to click onto your YouTube channel. That's when you've got more longer form content, breaking down case studies, explaining certain points, breaking down videos like how I'm doing right now. And then what's going to happen is people are going to start feeling your energy, feeling your vibe, seeing your transparency, and be like, you know what, this guy sounds interesting, let me subscribe to them. By the way, throughout all this, these are all touch points people are being built up on. They're seeing your face, they're hearing your voice, they're already buying into you without them even knowing. This is the power of a personal brand. Then what's going to happen is eventually when you start getting good, you can create what you call a video sales letter. You can create a video sales letter now if you really wanted to. And all a video sales letter is basically a 10 to 25 minute long video explaining who you are, what you do, breaking down your services, handling objections before objections even come up, breaking down case studies and showing that you're an authority figure and you actually know what you're talking about. AKA, it's like a free training. I'm pretty sure you've all been through some sort of guru's webinar or video sales letter, free training, or just case study video where you actually have to put your email address in to opt in, and you actually watch one of their free trainings. You've probably even been through one of mine. Does it work? Oh, hell yes, it 100% works, even to this day. So what's going to happen then is that's even more touch points. They've given you that email, so now you've got their email in the back end of like MailChimp, and you can actually start sending them automated emails, newsletters every single week, or 2 times a week, 3 times a week. And then what you can do is then push them to a call and then get them on a call and then on that call, honestly, they're going to be so friggin' warm that you probably won't even have to sell your services too tough. And that's how you're going to get clients. That right there, my friends, is a much, much, much better way to build a marketing agency in 2023. I'll be breaking more of this down, but if you guys do need any help with this, this is exactly what I'm going to be helping people with going forwards. This is why I've kind of quote unquote quit my agency. I know for a fact that this is needed in the marketplace. How do I know? Because so many people come to me saying, Montel, I've done 2,000 outreach, I've not even landed a single client yet. I'm like, that's because all you're doing is reaching out to brands with the same 5 email sequence, personalizing it a little bit, and then expecting to close a client after 5 email touch points. Like 5 touch points is not enough. Sometimes it takes literally 50 to 75 touch points. Each touch point might be one video that they've watched. One video might be one touch point. One short is one touch point. It's basically an impression. You're making an impression on them. The more times they see you, the more touch points, or the more time they see you or hear from you or receive a message from you, that's a touch point, or read one of your posts, that's a touch point. It's like retargeting. Sometimes, I'm not even joking, like even on this channel, I've had people literally tell me they've been subscribed to my YouTube channel for 3 whole years before they even decided to purchase anything from me whatsoever ever. Like literally 3 years, guys. Like sometimes it takes way longer. This is what I'm trying to say. People think they can just convert a client from 0 to 3K per month in literally just 5 touch points over a period of a month. 5 emails in 1 month, or 5 emails in 2 months, or whatever it is, whatever your sequence looks like. And honestly, guys, it's just not, I don't even think you guys have broken agencies. It's just that you're not understanding how to build up that authority, that trust, build up those touch points. If you can do that, honestly, guys, you're going to kill it. You're absolutely going to kill it. And that's how you're going to be able to stand out in a saturated market. Think about it. Like I said, water bottle companies, bottled water companies, whatever you want to call them. Why is it that some can sell water bottles for like, I don't know, water for like £2.50 a pop when you can get water for like, I don't know, £1, whatever the inflation prices are these days. Fiji water, for example, Voss water, high-end water. It's not even really high-end water. Water is just water, guys. The fact that we pay for water is actually kind of insane, to be honest with you, when you think about it, when literally water is free. But why do we do that? It's because it's branded in a nice way, marketed in a nice way. You guys can do that in a saturated market and still kill it. This is how you would do it. This is literally how you would do it. It's not about making your taxi more yellow. That's not what I'm trying to say. Like if you're in a yellow taxi, you make your taxi more yellow. It's about doing it in a completely different way. So that's why I think most agencies will fail, because they're just going to go down the straight cold outreach route straight away. Not going to try build any sort of funnel, any sort of attention. They're not going to try to build any sort of branding behind themselves or anything like that. They're just going to go straight, you know, just one profile picture. It's going to look, normally it's a company logo as well, the actual agency logo, and they're sending emails out and they're saying the same things. Pretty much got the similar guarantee. You've all got guarantees now. I guarantee you, I actually guarantee you've got a guarantee. I bet you any money right now, if you're watching this, you've got a guarantee. I bet you any money right now, it stays something on the lines of, if we don't get you X results in this amount of time, we give you a refund, or if we don't produce this result, we do this. It's pretty much the same stuff, guys. I've seen it all. I bet you all do now personalization, because I keep mentioning it over and over on my channel. I bet you've all got very similar scripts if you were to look at it. Very same call to action. If you're interested, let's jump on a call this week or next week. But it's all the same, isn't it? Bet you anyone it's all the same. Not one of you though is gonna probably listen to this video and actually build a personal brand. Bet you any money. That's one of the reasons why I'm here. Number one, I could talk about this all day, and I know that pretty much none of you guys are gonna do this because you're scared to jump on camera. You are lazy, you're just looking for shortcuts, and you just don't really want it. You're just on YouTube looking for entertainment more than actual information. It's harsh, but it's true. But if you are serious about this, please get in contact with me below. I'll put the actual link below. Book in a call with me and I'll actually help you. It doesn't even matter if you've got an agency, like an actual just traditional agency, like a marketing agency, a social media marketing agency, or if you're running a coaching business, if you've got an online program, or if you are an online coach, consultant. If you've got a service-based business and you need to scale to 10K, 20K, 30K, I'm telling you right now, I can help you build a personal brand, put your video sales letter in place, help you select your niche, come up with your offer, and actually help you scale a personal brand in that particular niche to the point where you can actually scale to 50K, 100K per month. Building a personal brand is a 7-figure business. I have never seen a business model take people from 0 to 7 figures in such short amount of time. It's always been a personal brand. Look at everybody you look up to. Sam Ovens, Iman Gaji, like all the dudes that are doing like more than 100K a month and stuff like that. I bet you any money they've all got personal brands in some way, shape or form. Why do you think that is, guys? That's what I want to help people with. Anyway, guys, hope you've enjoyed this video. And again, if you need my help with any sort of personal branding stuff, even if you've got a social media marketing agency, or if you've got a coaching business, consulting business, online program, online course, whatever it is, click the link below, book in a call with me, and I can definitely help you scale that. Anyway, guys, see you guys soon. Do not fail in 2023. We cannot afford to be doing this for sessions here. It's time to actually start building our legacy. It's time to start building our names. Anyway, guys, love you guys. Peace.